At 11:41 p.m. in April 1912, a tragic accident occurred that would cause the complete sinking of the Titanic 3 hours later. By 2:20 a.m. on the morning of April 15th, the largest ship of its time was entirely submerged in the icy waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The Titanic took over 1,500 lives as it sank, a number that represented more than 2/3 of all passengers on board. The disaster, which caused so many deaths, was attributed to the ship hitting an iceberg, or so we were always told. However, the latest findings from scientists have challenged this theory. In this video, we will reveal the full truth that has been buried beneath the waves for more than a century. Measuring approximately 269 meters in length, 28 meters in width, and 53 meters in height, the Titanic was believed to be unsinkable. It was a marvel of engineering. Even workers aboard the ship needed more than 2 weeks to memorize the routes through the endless corridors and decks. The Titanic had 4 large smokestacks, each weighing 60 tons and extending 25 meters above the deck. These smokestacks were designed not only for functionality, but also for an imposing visual effect, tilted at a 30-degree angle for aesthetic appeal. With a construction cost of $7.5 million at the time, the Titanic would have cost approximately $166 million in 2016, adjusting for inflation. Shockingly, this figure is less than the $200 million production cost of the 1997 blockbuster Titanic film. It took the shipyard in Belfast, Ireland, over 26 months to build the Titanic, employing 3,000 workers. Despite the massive workforce, construction was a dangerous endeavor. Workers toiled 6 days a week from 6 a.m., and 8 workers lost their lives during the ship's creation, while 246 others were injured. This makes it all the more astonishing to consider that such an intricate structure could be undone by something as simple as an iceberg. But new evidence suggests the true culprit may not have been ice, but fire. Journalist Senan Maloney, who has studied the Titanic's fate for over 30 years, discovered previously unpublished photographs of the ship taken before its departure. These photos revealed evidence of a fire in the engine room. Experts believe the fire burned at extremely high temperatures for 3 weeks, weakening the metal and reducing its strength by up to 75%. This catastrophic weakening of the ship's structure made it vulnerable to the iceberg's impact. Without the fire, it is unlikely the iceberg could have caused such devastating damage. The Titanic's management team was aware of the fire and the risk it posed to the voyage. However, cancelling the voyage would have led to financial ruin for the ship's owners. Tickets were already sold, and people were eager to board what was considered the greatest ship ever built. In a desperate attempt to conceal the fire damage, the ship was docked in a way that hid the affected area from view. The Titanic's luxurious design was inspired by the Ritz Hotel in London. It featured a grand staircase extending across 10 decks, adorned with bronze cherub statues and elegant carvings. First-class passengers enjoyed amenities such as a heated swimming pool, Turkish baths, a gymnasium, squash courts, and a beauty salon. Their dining experiences were nothing short of opulent, with meals consisting of 10 courses and wines paired with each dish. Over 1,500 bottles of wine and 8,000 cigars were loaded onto the ship. However, there was one critical oversight: binoculars. At the time, ships relied on lookouts, using binoculars to spot potential dangers. Unfortunately, the key to the storage cabinet containing the binoculars was inadvertently left ashore by an officer who was reassigned at the last moment. Without binoculars, the lookout spotted the iceberg too late to avoid collision. Additionally, the Titanic was traveling at an unsafe speed, as the crew was trying to stay on schedule. This urgency compromised safety, leaving little room for error. Another significant issue was the lack of lifeboats. Although the ship required around 64 lifeboats to accommodate everyone on board, it was equipped with only 20 to avoid cluttering the deck. These lifeboats could hold only a third of the ship's passengers, and many were launched only partially filled during the evacuation. Adding to the chaos, there was no lifeboat drill conducted on the Titanic before its maiden voyage. The captain cancelled the scheduled drill for reasons that remain unknown. This lack of preparation really contributed to the slow evacuation process. The first lifeboat, designed for 65 people, departed with only 27 passengers. Many passengers hesitated to leave the ship, not realizing the gravity of the situation until it was too late. Investigations have since revealed more missed opportunities to prevent the disaster. Nearby ships reportedly ignored distress signals from the Titanic, possibly due to optical illusions caused by atmospheric conditions. Light refraction may have obscured the Titanic's flares and made the iceberg appear invisible to the crew. The Titanic disaster was the result of a tragic chain of events, including fire, inadequate safety measures, and human error. This catastrophe claimed hundreds of lives and continues to captivate scientists and historians to this day. Do you believe the fire theory explains the disaster? Or do you have another perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If this video intrigued you, please like and subscribe for more fascinating stories. Let us know what mysteries you'd like us to explore next. Stay curious and stay with us.